Google Stadia. Google Stadia. Well, what can I say about Google Stadia? Well, I have a lot to say about Google Stadia, and I'm going to talk about it here a little bit in a video because people are bugging me constantly about Google Stadia, you know. So let's dive right into this, shall we? Google Stadia. What can I say about Google Stadia? Well, first and foremost, it's a technology that is kind of cool and it works. All right. What I mean by a cool technology is the fact that you have this access of convenience where you can access any game you want at the tip of your fingers. You don't have to wait for any downloads. You don't have to worry about any hard drive space. So technology, it's cool and it works, right? All of that, it's nice and dandy. But what is it that it's stopping this from being a really great service? Well, the one thing that's stopping it right now, obviously, is the lack of games and the empty promises that we've been getting, and still we haven't gotten it yet. And here's the problem. This is the problem due to the person who is the general, who is the one leading this service. And I have to point out to Phil Harrison. You know, who else am I going to blame? Well, I have to blame the guy who is behind this whole charade, this whole service. Phil Harrison, last year in May, or was it June? I think it was May or June, around E3 show, announced that they're going to release Google Stadia in 2019, and you're going to have all of these features available in November: body share, 4K HDR through your Chrome browser, that you'll be able to play all these games, etc., etc., etc. Well, guess what? He lied. He flat out lied to you. Now, when you have that bad taste in your mouth from company like Google, who has a record of failing products, and then you got somebody like Phil Harrison who has a track record of never launching anything successfully, including PlayStation 3 and the Xbox, and of course the original PlayStation. He quit. He didn't even stay for that one. And it's a good thing that he didn't stay for that one, that he quit and moved to something else. So my whole point about Phil Harrison is, I think it was a mistake for Google to hire Phil Harrison. I don't think he's the right man for the job. I don't think he knows how to manage. I don't think he knows how to sell. And he is totally disconnected from what gamers want. All right, so this is my Bowmaker Parrot 1 100 and I think I'm at the 150 inch right now. 150 inch. I brought the camera closer. Projector. You can check my previous video if you want to find out more about this projector. Okay. So that's the problem currently right now that's facing Google Stadia, is they're making these promises, and it's difficult to make a promise when you have no credibility, when you have a track record of lying, when you have a track record of deceiving people and not being frank and honest with them. Then that's going to leave a bad taste in people's mouths, and people are going to be jumping the ship. They're going to say, well, the hell with this service. They've been promising us this, they've been promising us that. And I can't blame people for jumping the ship. I totally understand. I totally understand their point of view. Now, people are going to say, but what about you, Mr. 4K? You know, first you were criticizing Google Stadia, and then you all of a sudden started defending it. I was defending it because technology works. And there was people out there on the board, those big YouTubers, they knew that the technology works, and they knew that it can do 4K in HDR and it can run at 60 FPS, and they knew that Chromecast Ultra doesn't overheat. That was only with the first generation of Chromecast Ultras, not this current generation. And they were willing to lie to tell you that the service doesn't work, okay? And I choose not to do that because I received my Google Stadia. I spent time with Google Stadia. I played Google Stadia, and it worked. Okay, so I choose not to go down their route to lie to people. All right, other big YouTubers, they choose to do that. That's on them. Okay, that's what they want to do. That's on them, and that tells you a lot about them if they're willing to do that. Okay, so well, there you have it, and that also says a lot about you if you choose to follow somebody who's willing to do that kind of shady shit and then never apologize for that and never admit for that. So, all you Young Yeah fans and all you Dreamcast guys fans and all you Gamer Nexus fans, that's on you. That's on you. Okay? I'm just here to call it the way it is. And if you have a problem with me calling it the way it is, well, that's your problem, not my problem. I'm here to tell you the truth. If you can't handle the truth, well, too bad, cousin. You have to live with that. Okay? So, I criticize Google Stadia where the criticism is due. And I openly spoke about Phil Harrison, and I said that he's not the man for the job. I clearly said that he shouldn't be the one helming this because the guy has a track record of never keeping his promises. Me, I have a track record of keeping my promises. I promised you that I'll do projectors. I promised you that I'll be doing a affordable and entry-level projectors videos. Guess what? I deliver. I promised you that I was going to do an honest look into Google Stadia. November and December. Guess what? 2 months I dedicated just for Google Stadia. I did that. All right? I'm somebody who keeps my promises. I will never promise you something if I can deliver. All right? So, when you have somebody like Phil Harrison who has a track record of never delivering on his promise, well, of course, the results speak for itself. Now, this announcement that Google Stadia is going to have 120 games available, what 120 games? What date? When? What are those games? Okay, typing a statement is cheap. Talking is cheap. I can talk all day long. Everybody can talk all day long out of their ass. It's cheap. People want results, okay? People want results. They don't want to just listen to empty promises and empty talk. People want results. People would rather you not say anything, but bring on the results, all right? And Google Stadia and Phil Harrison have failed on that, okay? Now, that's the criticism that I still stand by, okay? But I will not tell you that this doesn't work. The sad part about Google Stadia is that this actually works and that this is going to be the future. You know, even if Google Stadia fails, guys, you're not going to destroy cloud gaming. Cloud gaming ain't going nowhere, guys, okay? Cloud gaming, it's here and it's here to stay, and that's the way it is. Now, Google Stadia, I don't care if it fails or if it succeeds. I make no money off of it. Google Stadia is not paying me. Google's not giving me any money, so I could care less. I could give less than a shit whether this service fails or whether it's successful. I'm independent. I could give a less than a shit either way. Okay? So let that be clear. All right? And if you are a Google Stadia fanboy and you have a problem with me telling you this, well, then maybe you should unsubscribe. Okay? Maybe you should do a little bit better research about my channel and who really I am. Okay? I am probably the only YouTuber that's independent and has the balls to call it the way it is. All right. So the point I'm trying to make here is Google Stadia works, and it's a cool technology. I think if one thing we have learned from Google Stadia is that this technology, it's definitely going to be the future. Okay, in my opinion, this is going to be the future, and this is where the future is going to be. It's going to be with a cloud data center. Why? Because companies like Sony and Microsoft, they don't want to waste money gambling with tons of money being invested on creating a new console. Okay, creating a new console, it costs a lot of money and a lot of investments, and they don't know whether or not the console is going to be successful. Okay, companies, when it comes to business, they like a sure thing. So what is the best way to have a sure thing? That is to go the cheaper route, and that's creating a cloud data center, and then you can just subscribe and purchase the games. Okay, that's the easiest way for them to take a gamble, a safest way to take a gamble. That's just business. All right, and this is going to happen. Don't take my word for it. Do some research. Go out there, Google, take some time, do some research. You're going to find out that cloud gaming will happen sometime around 2031, fourth quarter, around there somewhere. By the end of 2031, everything's going to be on a cloud data center. All right? And PlayStation 5 and X Series X will be the last of the consoles, will be the last breeds of a physical consoles. And physical media is dying. It's fading away slowly but surely. Guys, this is the way the future is going. Okay? Especially with the 5G network right now that's being implemented. All right? So that's technology. Whether you like it or not, it's going to evolve. So this service, whether or not this service is successful or if it fails, it really doesn't mean anything. It's not going to change the course and trajectory of cloud gaming. Okay? So I don't know if there's anything else I can say that I haven't already said about Google Stadia. This is my projector. I have connected it closer. I brought it a little bit closer here. Obviously, the screen looks much better when you watch this in person. So I just want to make this video short, clear and cut, short, and just make my statement here. Guys, it doesn't really matter to me. It doesn't matter to me whether or not Google Stadia is successful or not successful. I get no profit from it. I get no money from it. It doesn't mean nothing to me. All right. It means to Phil Harrison, because he's the one. If this fails, he's going to have a difficult time getting hired by anybody to do another successful project, because they're going to say, hey, look at your resume, dude. You can't seem to get nothing running. And I'm not trying to be a dick to the individual. I'm just simply telling the truth. You know? It is what it is. All right, guys. Well, there you have it. Let me know what you think. What are your thoughts on it? Okay? I'll see you guys pretty soon. I still have one more unboxing to do. I'll probably do it tomorrow night. I have another projector that's a portable, affordable projector called Ape Man, and I'm going to do that. Yeah, it's called Ape Man. Ape, like a ape Man. And I'm going to do that unboxing of that tomorrow night around 9 o'clock, around there somewhere, okay? Yes, I'm doing a bunch of projectors. I also want to do a Vivi Bright projector, F40. I want to get that as well. But at the moment, I do need to do some picture settings, presets on these projectors. I want to help you out get the best possible picture settings and the presets to show you how to get that 150-inch, how to spread that picture and that keystone. So there's tons of videos, guys, I have to do, and I'm so busy, man. Guys, you have no idea how busy I am. If you put yourself in my shoes, you would never make another YouTube video if you just knew how busy my life is. Okay? Thank you all for the support. A shout out to JT, my friend JT. Thank you. Appreciate you always being here, man. Cheers. Thank you, guys. All right. I know who my true supporters are, and I know who are the fake ones. I'm not going to call out the fake ones, but you know who you are. The ones who are true fans, I know who they are. All right. Having said that, have a good one, guys. Take care.